Hey guys, welcome to another day with Zimaleta. I'm home right now, guys. As you could see, all my vans are here, everything's kind of parked. This is the part splitter that's here in the back. But before I actually remove these lights, let me show you something, guys. I created myself kind of like a storage. I have like parts and stuff in these storage bins, and then I have some stuff here. As you can see, I have the head over here. I'm gonna try to remove this bucket here. Of course, guys, this is the intake manifold. Let me turn on the light. It's gonna help things. Of course, we're looking at the intake manifold here, guys, and the head and the way it's actually attached. So what I wanted to do, guys, is try to remove this intake manifold next time. Of course, you know, you could see all the mount and stuff, and you know, that way, if you guys never done it before, you'll be able to find out, you know, what's it really going to take to try to remove this thing. I myself have never removed it, so it's going to be a learning experience for me as well. And over here is a thermostat. That's what this little thing is. You can kind of take a look inside of it. And here's kind of like the front of the block. We have the oil pad over here. Nothing interesting about that except some of the, you know, pipes and stuff that I disassembled there. We have the glow plugs right there. I'll be also showing a video how to actually remove the glow plugs. It's not going to be in this video. I was hoping to try to see if I could get to some of the stuff. And then of course we got the transmission, guys. As you can see, I kind of built a little makeshift stand here. So that the transmission is actually going to stay very sturdy and it's not going to fall and stuff. I even kind of put like a couple screws in there, so it's not going to actually move. I positioned it just the way I actually want to, because we're looking at the oil filter for the transmission here and the valve body. And when you're putting everything back, it's just really important that you align everything correctly. You could see, you see that little plastic piece, guys? That's kind of like, it's got sort of like a little shifty little thing over there, kind of like a little metal piece. You have to be careful, guys, when doing this thing, because sometimes some people, when they're doing it for the first time and they're reinstalling a valve body, they are not aligning that plastic piece perfectly, and they could actually cause it to break off, or for the metal piece not to quite be in there. So you want to make sure that, you know, all that stuff is going to be perfect. So one of my ideas is, you know, just setting up a tripod over here, guys, and just start disassembling everything, and you know, show how to remove that conductor plate and stuff like that. I actually made a really nice video, guys, at the time when I actually did this transmission job, but the problem is I deleted the whole video by accident. I actually sat down at the table, I showed everything, but you know, just for the valve body. But I want, my hope is to go much deeper, guys, and to remove all the stuff. I might just, you know, disassemble all that stuff there, pull everything out, and then try to see what is it gonna really take to do the clutches. I've never done the clutches, so this is gonna be good practice to try to do that job. So yeah, guys, I think we're set up pretty good in here, you know, for this kind of thing. I also want to get the engine block and go ahead and bring it over here. So we're gonna have like the engine block over here. We're gonna have the head, and then gonna have the transmission. I might even have some other things as well, kind of like maybe bring in kind of like the press, and put a press over here so we could actually press out the bearings, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, there it is, guys. So you guys pretty much know, you know, I've been kind of doing this thing already for like 10 years, trying to work on my own stuff, and I don't consider myself a mechanic, but I've really, I mean, if you kind of think about it, you know, I could be one, of course, but obviously I never worked as a mechanic. I took some shop classes in high school, like 3 years of shop, and the reason I took them because I wanted to be a mechanic. If you would have asked me back in like 9th grade, who do you want to be? I would have told you a mechanic. That was like my thing. And then I started leaning towards business and stuff, like more and more, and learning everything about business and kind of like investing and stuff like that. So when you kind of look into all that stuff and all the possibilities you could do with business, you could make so much more money with so little effort, as long as you know what you're doing. So doing this kind of stuff, it actually is still fun for me, because it's not like the money thing. I still enjoy it, so I really don't want to be a mechanic, you know, like for my life, because, you know, like every day kind of doing this type of job, I just think it would be too repetitive. I always like things to change. I don't like you know, everything to be repetitive and stay the same. So that's why I'm kind of doing like some other things kind of like on the sidelines and trying to basically, you know, grow a couple businesses and stuff kind of like alongside each other. Like my dealership more and more. I'm thinking that's going to be a smart move. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it exactly in January or February, because right before this, of course, I'm launching my Amazon FBA type of business over here. So I'll be talking a little bit more about that. One little update, guys. I just talked to China this morning, and they basically have already manufactured my my car badges. They were technically car badges, guys. They were gonna be like this small, kind of like a little Ferrari badge or a little kind of like Lamborghini type of badge. I based it on a Lamborghini type of design. As you know, like my Zimaleta logo, guys. It's kind of pretty obvious, I guess, except it's got my own little twist on it, which, I mean, if you kind of think about it, everybody has these type of badges. I mean, you know, anything from, you know, Ferrari, Porsche, Lamborghini, on and on and on and on, you know. Everybody has a similar type of design. So because I sort of like, I like cars and I want to build my own cars and stuff, I wanted to go ahead and design that little badge to be an actual car badge, guys. I actually contacted a car badge company, and then I told them, you know what? I want a bigger size. I want a bigger badge. I want to maybe have like a badge like this size. And I already talked about them on the design. We already put a plan together to try to make those, and I just kind of put a hold on it. So I kind of figured, look, I'm going to turn this car badge, this smaller one, into an actual keychain, which will be sort of like for my car, I guess, like once I do actually, you know, design and build one. I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but guys, what I've noticed is anybody that really built these type of things, sometimes they did it much later in their life. Not everybody starts out and like just does it like in the beginning, because in the beginning you don't have any time, you don't have any money, you got a regular job. So slowly I'm going to try to do everything that I can to try to just give myself more time, you know. And by doing, you know, to do that, I need to actually automate all my business. It means any kind of business that I'm going to have, it should be able to run smoothly without me. And of course, with this car type of company, basically where I'm standing now, this is going to be like a big shop here. This is actually where I'm going to do all my designs and stuff like that, and all my builds. And I think this is going to be really fun in the future, because this is something I'm going to be doing for fun, guys. Of course, I really love, you know, to do business and stuff, and that I like to do for money, and it's just really logical. With building my own car, guys, it's going to be for fun, guys. I just think it's going to be exciting for me. This is what I wanted to do all my life, guys. This is why I wanted to be a mechanic to begin with, guys. As long as I could remember, man, I was like a little kid like Kevin. I was already drawing cars, and I was thinking, you know, I was saying to everybody, I'm going to build a car. And sometimes my grandmas and stuff would like make fun of me, and they would say, yeah, you're going to, instead of a steering wheel, you're going to put an actual wheel, you know. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not stupid, you know. I'm gonna, you know, kind of like they were like making fun of me and stuff. So that was all my dream, like my dream, guys, since I was a kid. And I know to be able to actually achieve that dream, guys, you actually need time. Everybody that I have seen, guys, that wanted to build like some kind of car, and they started doing it, like sometimes it took them 15 years to do it. And one of the reasons it took them 15 years to do it, not because it actually takes that long to do, you know, like a car or something, because they have a job, and they could only do it like after work and stuff. And obviously you're not going to do it every day, because, you know, especially if you have like wife and kids, you could only do it like maybe like a couple hours a day. And then if you do it too often, then your family might think somehow like you're not spending time with them and stuff, and, you know, that kind of thing. So this is why I want to free myself, and I want to give myself this new job to try to, you know, first build a garage here, and then we're going to start working on some car projects. One thing I will tell you guys, at least in the beginning, I'm not going to design the whole car from scratch. I will actually pick and choose a chassis from a car that I like. I'm kind of leaning towards a four-wheel drive car. I really like the Audi TT type of platform. So there's a good chance I'm actually going to use an Audi TT platform. probably with their transmission, or I'm going to use a transmission from a Porsche Boxster. And then I will actually mount an electric engine. But before I even go into that, or I actually do want to do like a kind of like a Corvette type of engine upgrade to an Audi. I just think it would be really crazy because it's a four-wheel drive car. It's just gonna be crazy powerful. I don't know. I still like the raw power of that engine, like puts out. But for my own cars, I actually do want to build them electric, kind of like what Tesla did. And you guys remember when Tesla was trying to, do this like build these cars. Of course, he was already much older. I mean, he didn't start building them like when he was like young. So I don't know what how old was Elon Musk when he actually designed Tesla and stuff, because it seemed like everybody was against him, like the whole world was against him. Like he was building something that nobody tried like before to do it on that type of a massive scale. Of course, some electric companies tried, and and sometimes it just did not go through with it. Maybe they did not see it financially feasible or something. But I gotta give it to Elon Musk. He just went through with it. He almost failed completely, and he still achieved it. Of course, I'm not talking about doing on a scale of Elon Musk, but I would like to first go ahead and design and build my car, and then I'm gonna try to see if that's what I want to do, is have a production. And if I'm gonna do it, I'll tell you one thing is, I'm not going to be selling them cheap. They're going to be very expensive, because I'm gonna have a limited amount of them. I'm not gonna build like a ton of them like a factory can. So the cars that I will build, they will be pretty pricey. They will be basically, that's why I'm saying kind of like a supercar type of price. And I don't care if they're gonna sell. Well, they will actually sell. Actually, that's like no doubt about it, because it's pretty much gonna be a collector's car. Kind of like, because when something's rare like this, you got like so many millionaires in the world that they want to own something that's rare. That nobody else has. Because I'm gonna have like something sporty. One thing, guys, that you may or may not realize is that Elon Musk based his Roadster, the very first one that he did, that was a Lotus, guys. He took an actual Lotus, he changed the headlights on it, and did a little bit different taillights in the back, and that's a Lotus, guys. Look at it very closely, guys. That's a Lotus. Yeah, like I can't remember like which model, but that doesn't matter. But that's actually a Lotus. That was his first start, and he sold it like double the money what the Lotus was selling for, pretty much. So, so I'm gonna take a play from his playbook, I guess, and I'm gonna try to do the very similar thing, except I will completely do my own body, just using a different chassis. But anyways, guys, I've been kind of chatting here quite a while. I'm going to try to go ahead and get to these lights. I think this is going to be pretty quick. I'm going to pull out these circuit boards, replace it on mine, do a little test, and see if it's going to fail or not. So here we go.